Day 14 of 420, and today we turn raw data into something that actually looks like a tool. Here's the problem: your boss wants a weekly sales summary, and you've got a CSV full of records. You could print them line by line, but that's a debug dump, not a report. By the end of these 5 minutes, you'll build a real text report generator that reads a CSV, computes totals, and prints a clean, aligned ASCII table using nothing but Python's standard library. No pandas, no dependencies. Let's build it. First, the data. Imagine a file called sales.csv with 4 columns: date, product, units, and price. We read it with the CSV module, no manual splitting on commas, which breaks the second a value contains a comma. Here's the loader: import CSV, then open the file and use csv.dictReader. That gives you each row as a dictionary keyed by the header. So row, product, and row, units, just work. We wrap it in a function called load_sales that returns a list of those dicts. One job, one function. That separation matters later when we test. Now computation, which stays completely separate from loading. We want per product totals, how many units of each product, and the total revenue. The classic tool here is a dictionary accumulator. Create an empty dict called totals. Loop over your rows, and for each one, convert units to int and price to float. CSV gives you strings, always. Then totals, product, equals totals.get, product, 0, plus units times price. That get with default pattern means you never have to check if the key exists first. After the loop, totals holds revenue per product, and you can sum its values for a grand total. Here's the star of the show: F-string format specifiers. This is the hidden superpower that replaces messy string concatenation. Inside an F string, after a colon, you control width and alignment. F, product, 20, left aligns product in a 20-character column, padding with spaces. F, revenue, 10, right aligns in 10 characters, perfect for numbers, so the decimal points line up. And F, revenue, 0.2f, rounds a float to exactly 2 decimal places. Combine them: F, revenue, 10.2f, right aligns a 2 decimal number in 10 characters. Stack a few of these in one line and you get a professionally aligned row with 0 effort and 0 libraries. Let's render the table. We write a render_report function that takes the totals dict. Start with a header row, F, \product \20, \revenue \12. Then a separator, printed ~32 to underline the header cleanly. Now loop over your totals, sorted, and print each product with that same column layout so the header and data align perfectly. Finally, a footer, the separator again, then a total row using the grand sum. Notice the pattern: header, rule, rows, rule, total. Because the column specs are identical everywhere, everything snaps into a grid. That visual consistency is what makes it read like a tool instead of output. Why 3 separate functions: load, compute, render? Because each does exactly one thing, and that makes them testable and swappable. You can feed compute a fake list of dicts in a test and assert the totals are right, no file needed. You can swap render to output CSV instead of text without touching your data logic. This function per concern design is the real lesson today. It's the difference between a throwaway script and code you can extend. Want JSON output next week? You add one renderer. The loading and the math don't change at all. Let's make it a real command line tool with argparse. Import argparse, create a parser, and add an argument: parser.add_argument, input, required equals true. Parse args, pass args.input into load_sales, and you've got a script you can run as Python report.py input sales.csv. Add an optional output flag and you can write the report to a file for emailing, or pipe it straight into a cron job that runs every Monday morning. That's the whole arc: a CSV goes in, a clean summary comes out, schedule and hands off. From debug dump to delivered report. Day 14 done. The takeaway: F-string specifiers like 20. and 10.2f give you professional tabular output with zero dependencies, and separating load, compute, and render keeps it testable. Subscribe for day 15.